about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, that really, really touched me. And, you know, I was saying to myself, is he going to be able to make it through this deal? You know, because most people, when they go through somebody saying no, they quit. Just because somebody said no, they quit. Ain't nobody shot at you, they just said no. And they quit. But this guy pushed through that situation, you know, and today, I mean, he's waiting on the system to update. He's going to be the first senior vice president.
All right.
My spirit to ask you this, and you can share whether you want to or not, but I really would love for you to share that story so we can free up a lot of people in this room about, you know, what happened.
Absolutely. About 2 years ago, I had a phone call from my son's mother's cousin. She called me on the phone and she told me I have a son who is now 15 at the time he was 13. But I've had custody since he was 2 years old. I'm definitely one of the fathers. Give it up for fathers. But they called me and they told me because she lives at 25th and Somerset. So she lives right in North Philly. But I get a phone call that she got shot. So when I get the phone call, I'm on the phone and I said, it's about 2:15. My son gets home from school about 2:45. I said, well, okay, my son is be home about 2:45. Me and him will jump in the car. We will come on down there. We will see what's going on. You know, we'll be there with the family. And actually the situation was that she was already dead. And they were just trying to break the news to me kind of easy. So they told me, well, it doesn't look too good. You know, don't come down. It doesn't look too good. We're going to keep you posted. And we'll let you know what's going on. We'll just keep calling. And, you know, being from Philly, you know, we keep it real in Philly. You know when somebody lying. You know when somebody rah-rah and hype. I said, tell me the deal. Tell me what's going on. And they told me, well, she had passed about 11:30 that morning. So this is 2:30, 2:15 at this point. So I said, tell me what's going on. And they told me, well, you know, she got shot. She's gone. You know, don't come down. She's already passed. So it was really one of the hardest situations in my life that I had to face because in about 5 more minutes, my 13-year-old son's going to come through the door. And me, myself, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to explain to him that his mother's dead. How do I break this to him? You know, we've never been in those situations before, so it's not like, you know, I know how to tell this to him. So, you know, I do what we do in Philly. I just kept it real. He came in the door and I told him, you know, your mother's been shot. And we still went down there anyway to be with the family. But he basically went upstairs, took his time, and then, you know, came back down and we left. We went down there. And we got through the situation. But it really, at that point, it really made me take my business a lot more seriously. Because although I had custody of him and he was with me and I'm married, I really started to think about what if something happens to me? Because I was driving tractor trailer at the time. I had been in a few accidents driving truck and they're serious accidents. Anything could happen. So I really had nothing in place for him. So I really started to take 5 months serious at that point. You know, I had been in IMR probably for about 6 months. Life always gets in the way. It's what happens. But it's not about the obstacles you face. It's about how you get past those obstacles. Right. So I was able to get past that and push through. And life got in the way again. And I was an ET for 18 months. I tell that story to people all the time. I was an ET for 18 months. And I mean, it was a lot more difficult then, but ET is not much harder than it is now. You needed 3 people back. You needed 74 people, and now you need 24. ET was you needed 3 people versus 2. But, you know, I got back on my horse and I got through that. And you just keep pushing. And today was like the craziest day ever. When they talk about it's a devil at every next level, oh my goodness. Today, man, I was putting the last people in, put the last person in. When I actually was getting somebody qualified, we qualified, went to put the last person in, and my laptop wouldn't allow me to get on my website. I grabbed his iPhone and checked the website, and it came up on his iPhone. So we in the car, I'm with William Walker, who is now national director. I'm like, gotta get back to your house so I can get on the computer so I can get this last person in. Get back to the house, put them in. I go to look at the leg to make sure the person's in. Everybody in that entire leg is red. The whole leg is red. People that have been qualified for months. I had to call 5 links. That's why we lay here getting it tonight. I'm on the phone with corporate. The lady had to take each person one by one, check, make sure that they had their points, make them green, tell me to refresh my back office so I can see that they, came up green. So you go through a lot of obstacles. Wow. And the crazy thing about this business is a lot of people will let them obstacles get them out of the game.
That's right.
And they will quit. And that's why 3% of the world owns the wealth. 3% owns the wealth. Because those are the people that ain't going to quit.
That's right.
So you just have to persevere in your business and not quit. Because there's a lot of people in this room that come end of this year, maybe early next year is going to be SVPs. You got Brian Williams, you got Tammy Walker-Stick Riley, you got Nikki McDonald. There's a lot of people that's going to be SVPs in this market.
That's right.
So hopefully the floodgates will burst open and everybody will start hitting them.
That's
right.
A
bunch of SVPs.
That's right.